Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. Welcome everybody. Right, we are into January, so we have got quite a bit of work to do this month, guys. We well, we've got to feed some cows to start with, because I do believe they're going to be running a little bit low. Yes, they are actually out of food already, and they're down to 25% health. We will have some wool, which I did not mean to press that. Let me just close that back up. Right, so as you can see, we do have some wool. It's about half a pallet, but unfortunately the wool is kind of hidden in the long grass. So what we're just going to do now is we're just going to quickly do this. We're just going to give the little spawn point into a little bit of gravel, just so it's a bit easier to see going forward. Absolutely. How much is that? 485 litres. Yeah, as I said, they have got no food now, the cows. So we're going to go on to here, and we're going to go on to... I think we'll go on to 2100 on the bucket. We don't want to go too big. Got to remember that, you know, we are limited. And... yeah, we've got to make sure we can carry it. Right, there was also some items come up in the shop. Ooh, guys. Weeders pull out small weeds. They can only be used in the first growing stages of crops. Mulches can be used to stop. Guys, I am very tempted about buying that. I'm also very tempted about buying this. Although it's not got a very big capacity, but it would give us some... I am very, very tempted about buying this weeder, guys. That weeder could save us a lot of money. We're going to have a think about that. We really are. Right, let me just... there we go. Just had to tab out my game and back in. As you guys know, I have to do that quite often. On the steering wheel. Yeah, weird. It's a problem I've always had. It turns out the Dragon Lady has the exact same problem on her steering wheel, and it's really weird because I know people who have the Logitech G923 and don't have that problem, and yet me and the Dragon Lady are both ones that, yeah, we quite regularly have to tab out of games and get the steering wheel that way. And well, I say games, it's only ever Farming Simulator. So yeah, today's job is to feed something to the cow. 25% health means, you know, they are still producing a little bit of milk, but it's not a lot. We do also need to put the milk into the buffalo milk into the production. I completely, yeah, to give you all a bit of a heads up, guys, for the last couple of days, you might not come across much on videos because mornings are a really good time for me feeling quite well, but over the last few days I have been, I don't even know what to call it. It's not like a cold, it's not like flu, but I have been feeling absolutely dreadful over the last few days, and to be honest, it's got a lot worse last night. Last night you know what, last night I just felt like death, to be quite honest. And yeah, so it's kind of gradually been getting worse. My lad's had it now for about a week. My youngest has had it for about a week, and I think he's happily passed it to me. So yeah, I'll do my utmost best to keep videos coming. If it's anything like my lad yesterday, though, he slept for about 23 hours yesterday, and you know, out of the last 24 hours, he slept for about 23 of those hours. So to give you an idea of if it hits me that hard, there might be the odd day where there isn't a video, but this is the only downside for when I make videos the day before. If I was a few days in advance, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But the problem is, I then forget what I've done, where I've done, and you know, I like to try and keep people interacting with the series, and I don't feel like you can do that very well if you're like a week ahead. I am an absolute idiot. I need my trailer, guys. My trailer is at the shop. I could have brought the trailer back with the massive Ferguson. We're going to have to feed these cows 2,100 litres at a time. I'm now looking for my weight as well. Yeah, I've just come back to the farm thinking, oh, I'll load the trailer. Yeah, can't load the trailer, can I? There's the weight anyway. I wouldn't mind, but I drove past the weight twice. There we go. Right, yeah, all we can do then, guys, is this is probably going to be relatively slow on feeding these cows. Oh, I just thought of something. Is it ready? Is it ready? Fermenting is 100%, so yes, it is actually ready. I just had a vision then that it wasn't ready. It is technically the time of year to sell any excess straw, but I don't think we're going to bother. We're just going to, let's just see how that goes. That's not too bad, but unfortunately 2,100 litres at a time is, I'm trying to decide right now if it's worth going and getting the trailer, but I kind of don't want to go back to the shop. Yeah, I was just thinking if I filled the trailer, that'd give me like 7,000 litres. If I then filled the bucket, I could be moving 10,000 litres at a time, basically. But then again, saying that, this does give me a little bit of practice with the front loading. Like I say, as you all know, my front loading skills absolutely suck. But at least this way I can be, well, I'm practicing. I am making a point of practicing. Yeah, let's get these cows fed. Yeah, looking forward to going into the February months, just because we can start ploughing that field out. We could technically plough the field out today. I just don't see much point. I do think it's going to be a struggle to do that. But I'd like to try and give these about 10,000 litres of food. We do need to try and find a way to feed them quicker. I'll tell you one thing though, the 2,100 litre bucket is doing very, very well indeed. Maybe we could have bought the bigger bucket. I don't want to buy the bigger bucket and find out it doesn't work very well, or we start to struggle. But, you know, 2,100 litres here, it's not moving, it's got no problems at all. Unfortunately, it's just not the quickest job in the world. As you can see, that is 3 loads done. Let's just get 5. I think 10,000 litres should be enough for one day. Like I say, we will have to go to the shop and get our trailer, but I'm just wondering if we go into January, just wondering if there's this is my problem. I always get the I never get it in the right position to just go straight in. Right, so that's 4 lots of feed, I believe. The sheep have got enough to survive the winter. It will get more meadow grass as spring hits, but I think that's going to be about May time by the time the grass is grown, I think, maybe. Right, how much have I just given the cows into? I'm sure that was 4 loads, but I'm just going to double check. So they've got 8,400 litres, so yeah, that's 4 loads. Right, let's do one more. One more, and then we'll just have a quick look at some contracts to see if there's any to do. I'm not expecting any contracts in the winter months, or very little, but I could, okay, just randomly hit something imaginary. Very strange. Yeah, I'm just wondering what contracts there's gonna be in the winter months. There shouldn't really, there'll be no seeding, there'll be no harvesting. I'm hoping for something like a plough contract, maybe there'll be no grass cutting contract, there'll be no grass baling, there'll be no windrowing, no tedding. Kind of hoping there might be a cultivating contract come up, but I don't think there will be. This is the 1 month we've got free to do a cultivating contract, and I genuinely don't think there will be one. Let's have a little look. Dead wood, rock removal, and wood transport. Let's just see if there is any more contracts. Nope, nothing. So yeah, other than doing a ploughing on our field, there isn't much else to do, but we might as well do that contract. Not contract, we might as well do that ploughing. Right, we're going to have a look for a fuel tank as well, guys. I know there are some fuel tanks around the map. Oh, very expensive. Old water, old water. Wow. A little bit gutted with how expensive this is turning out to be. I shouldn't really put it this close to a house with it being a, I suppose, like a fire hazard, but I suppose, you know, stops people robbing our fuel. Let's just put that in there. And yeah, let's just buy a little bit of fuel. I think a couple of 100 litres should be enough. Yeah, I can't afford that. 500 litres. Yeah, let's buy 500 litres. And have I just bought more fuel? Nope, nope. It's apparently refueling on this map is just enormously slow. Have I got realistic fueling on? That might actually explain quite a bit. That would explain an awful lot, actually. It maybe isn't just slow, it's maybe just a mod that I've got. That'll have to do, because I don't want to be waiting here all day. Right, let's go to the shop. We're going to pick up our plough, and then we're basically going to drive down to field number 9. Right, there we go. We have arrived at field 9. It was easier to do a jump cut there, guys, just because, you know, quite a bit of time spent feeding cows this morning. And as you can see, we didn't skip any time. We didn't bypass any. Yeah, this might not work at maximum speed, but crap, we're getting stones. I forgot about stones. I completely forgot about stones. But yeah, as you can see, 6 meters wide. This is hopefully going to be not the longest job in the world. What I am going to do though, guys, is I'm going to get this straight into a little bit of a time lapse. So we'll get the radio turned on, and we'll get this field knocked out. one thing that took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but we did keep dropping on the speed a little bit. But don't forget, we are massively underpowered for this plough, and I think it's still going to be quicker than doing it like 2 or 3 meters at a time. But there is the odd little ball patch that I've missed. I will need to just go over them. I do not want to be missing any of these. Also, these stones look... I was about to say these stones don't look very big, but I actually think they are. I suppose the mini-map might, or the map might tell us. If there are not small stones, we're not going to be able to roll them in. That's what I'm thinking, you see. We're going to have to maybe look at possibly renting a stone picker. And I can tell you now, the stone pickers are not cheap to rent. And the small ones that we do have that might be cheaper to rent are not very wide. So that, you know, we're going to maybe be hitting a catch-22 here. I've also got a feeling we're going to have to do some liming, and this field may take quite a bit of lime to do. But we'll get up here, we'll get these little patches that I've missed, and then we'll look into what else can be done on this field. I kind of want to just prepare it a little bit more than anything else. Yeah, it's kind of got to be done, but we shouldn't be using as much now on the lime and fertilizing side of things. We do now have precision farming. That was released yesterday. Technically 2 days by the time you're watching this video, unless you're one of the few members that we do have who can watch this video early. Big shout out to you members, thank you for the support. Least I can do is give you the videos, even if it's just like half a day early. Sometimes it's half a day early, sometimes it's just a, you know, a few hours. It kind of depends what's going on that day to what time I get recorded, how long the recordings take, and then editing and stuff. And you know, they are quite basic videos, you know, just the odd time lapse here, the odd jump cut there, a bit of music added in. But it still needs to obviously be re-rendered and stuff, and that's kind of where it takes a little bit of time. And then obviously uploading. I do have a 1 gig connection at home, but it does not give me 1 gig connection for upload speeds, only for the download. But I'm hoping that my new internet company, which is in the process of being installed at our new house, I still call it a new house, we've been here a year now. They do offer a connection, a 1 gig connection, sorry, where it is 1 gig up and down. And to be honest, that will make a massive difference for the uploads of the videos. Right, I'm just going to get off this field because we are making some massive delves in this land. Jesus. Right, so yes, it is going to need some lime, guys. There is no data found on this. I feel really bad here because I can't afford to buy the land. Can I not buy the land? Can you not? Let me just go this way. Precision farming. Right, so we can purchase. That's £1,750. I do think we should be looking at possibly, I tell you what, we're going to buy these. That's £1,000. 700. This is going to leave us very low on money, I think. We are going to have to possibly knock out a contract at some point. I kind of just want to get these. Now, I kind of don't feel like we should be paying for them, to be honest. But, you know, it is our land at the end of the day. Do we really need to do where the sheep is? I don't feel like we need to do the sheep just yet. Right, let's leave it at that. Because I have just thought of something. I've just spent all that money. Do I now have enough money to buy lime? Have I really... Have I just maybe screwed up? I might have just screwed up. We might not have enough money for lime. That's kind of concerning. Yeah. I should have maybe bought the lands as we were next planting and stuff, not part way through. Yeah, that's Yeah. Kind of thinking we maybe shouldn't have done that. I'm actually quite concerned that all the fields are going to need liming. I do know that some of them are going to need fertilising. I actually think all of them are going to need fertilising. But, you know, we do have a lot of work to do. But we do have February as well, guys. We're not just rushing for January. It's not going to be the most exciting episode. We are kind of getting to the end of, like, the video length time. I just don't feel like we've done loads and we haven't skipped much in the day, but yeah, you know, we've only got enough time for like another couple of little jobs, really. This is where live streaming this game is brilliant, because you can just play a map for hours and yeah, it's just fantastic. You can get loads done in the hours you play it, but then obviously when you come to make a video, you want to get your videos down to about 30-ish minutes. You're kind of a little bit limited. Right, so we're going to have to get something to lime. Ooh. Do any of these take lime? Yeah, that's not going to happen. That takes lime. Can we rent this? Can we rent this? I don't want to be leasing, but I bought all that land and I'm kind of wishing I didn't buy all that land now, to be honest. Kind of wish I'd spread it out. But we're not going to buy the sheep one just yet. I do have one more job I need to do on our farm as well. I do need to move the mill. Now what I'm probably going to do, guys, is I'm probably going to start maybe feeding the cows off the videos. You're not going to want to see me feed the cows, let's just say 100,000 litres of silage at 2,000 litres at a time. That's pretty much going to be an entire episode. So what I'm maybe thinking is, once I've got this recording done, I might log back into the game. And I'll go get the trailer. I'll start doing the trailer work. I might buy the bigger bucket just to try it. Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's worth feeding the cows off the videos, especially the first time. Because if we can get the first time done, we can. That's the majority of it. The rest of it will just be topping the cows up every episode, like 1 or 2 buckets every episode with a bit of silage. As long as we've got silage to give them, that's the thing. But I will be looking at TMR for the cows as soon as it's possible, really. We're going to need a mixer, which we can't afford. We've only got £5,000. I am concerned that I've really screwed us out of money. But I am thinking that maybe in the next month or 2 we might start getting some milk pallets to sell. Obviously, as you can see there now, we've got half a pallet of wool. So that's already, yeah, income basically, income. I think we'll be alright with just filling this up once. I know we do have some seed on the farm. I do know we have a little bit of lime on the farm. I'm not really sure why the game starts with it. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm not gonna moan. I'm just going to be very grateful that, you know, there is some lime and seed on the farm. It's one less thing to buy if we're broke. Okay. I just want to come over here and I just want to tram lines. Ah. Okay. So let me just go over here and visit this. See, I've already limed this field, guys. This field didn't need liming before. So I'm a little concerned that every single field is going to need liming. Well, it's obvious that I'm going to have to do every single field. I'm very concerned now. Can I drive on this crop without damaging it? Yes, we can. We can still do this. Whoa! What the hell is that kind of usage on precision farming? Precision farming was always brilliant for lime. Oh, guys, we don't have enough lime to do our farm. We don't have enough. I haven't even done... Wow, that was some very bad overspray, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, I did... Oh my god. I didn't expect that. Do you remember precision farming used to be like super slow? Wow. If I'd have known it was going to go through it that quickly, I would have bought the trailed spreader so that I could carry it all at once. Yeah, we don't have enough money here, guys. We genuinely do not have enough money to lime all these fields. That was a whole bag of lime gone in about a quarter of it. And don't get me wrong, my spreading was not the best. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. How quickly that just disappeared. Wow. Wow, I genuinely can't get over that. But we've got to get this field 31 done while we have the wide tyres on this car. But yeah, I think this will kind of be us finishing on this field actually. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm gonna have to pray there's some jobs come up. That is not going to help. I'm going to have to zoom right out of here. We need to be spreading this as much as we can. That doesn't even look like it's spreading very well. Oh my god, this is not good at all. Wow. I am... That was 2 bags of lime on this tiny little bit. Right, so we now know we need to buy a big ass spreader. Yeah. Wow, we're not going to have enough lime. I don't even think we're going to have enough lime to finish this field. Wow. Wow, really concerned with this now. Buying the soil types for the fields we didn't need to do. We needed to do it. It's not a case of we didn't need to do it. We needed to buy them, but oh my god, yeah, I can't even buy fertilizer right now. There's just not enough money. So we're gonna have to look at a way to make some money. We are going to have to spend some time doing contracts. We don't have a choice. We're not going to be able to prep this field with precision farming without doing some contracts. It's that simple. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm going to have to use the remaining 5 grand to go and buy a load of lime. Which I will buy the lime off recording, guys, and I will basically put it on a trailer and... yeah, we'll start trying to get it moved around the farm. Oh my god, this is just absolutely crazy. I am so glad precision farming is back. I'm just not happy with how much lime we're taking instantly on this. There's another bag gone. It didn't even do an entire row. It's not even the maximum. It is the maximum level there, but it's not even the maximum level here. That is... wow. Yeah, so guys, that's kind of going to give you an idea what the next few episodes are going to be all about. We've got a lot of liming to do. I might have to be in January in the next episode. We are going to have to lime all these fields, and I could really do with not going into the red to keep this trailer. Although saying that, I might send this trailer back, spreader back, and buy, not buy, but rent the other one. I'm gonna have to get the trailed one, because I can't do this 2,000 litres at a time. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I didn't think this field would take this long. This is now turned into a longer episode than I planned, because I didn't plan on this taking quite so long to do. I thought, oh well, you know, 5 minutes liming this field. Nope. The game had other plans. The game had other plans. Ridiculous. That is crazy. I also remember that precision farming used to not use lime when you didn't need it. From what I've just seen and witnessed on this, it still uses lime, no matter what. Like if I go on to a bit I've already done, it will still use the lime. So there are some changes to precision farming on FS25, and we're just gonna have to basically get used to it, really. That is just absolutely crazy. It's honestly, I'm going to be saying this for ages, guys, but that is absolutely crazy. I am just going to quickly do this field. That was 200 or 300 litres just gone. Right, that's where we're going to have to leave this episode here then, guys, because we've only got like 200 litres of lime. I'm going to have to really look into what we're going to do lime-wise. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys have learned something that precision farming has kind of just screwed us a little bit. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope to see you all in the next one. Bye for now.